Welcome to an exploration of the Imperial Guard within the vast Warhammer 40k universe. We will explore the structure of the regiments, the specialized training of sharpshooters, and their crucial role in the galaxy's ongoing conflicts. As a player in the game Darktide, understanding these elements can significantly impact your gameplay experience. You'll see firsthand how knowledge of sharpshooter tactics and weaponry not only enriches your immersion, but also benefits your tactical execution. Discover how a sharpshooter in Darktide mirrors the rich lore of the 40k universe. Alright, to grasp how sharpshooters are identified and trained, let's first understand the structure of the Imperial Guard within the Imperium of Man. Governed by the Imperium, the Imperial Guard is the largest military force in the galaxy, comprised of billions of men and women organized into hundreds of thousands of diverse regiments. These regiments are crucial as the Imperium is constantly engaged in a relentless war to ensure the survival of mankind. Each planet under the Imperium usually fields its own specialized regiments designed to defend against invasions. For example, consider the hive world of Armageddon, renowned for its vast forges and extensive history of warfare. The Armageddon Steel Legion regiments there are highly mechanized and mobile, boasting an unmatched fleet of armored tanks and personnel carriers. Major hive worlds like Armageddon are obligated to provide vast numbers of soldiers, sometimes in the millions, to combat threats like Xenos, Chaos, Orcs, and other dire enemies of the Empire. The troops selected for this glorious opportunity to fight for the Emperor are often the finest that the various planets of the Imperium can muster. If a commissar or planetary ruling body fails to provide their best forces, it is viewed as an act of treachery, typically resulting in execution for those responsible. A rather stressful position to be in, wouldn't you agree? The organizational structure of the Imperial Guard underwent significant revisions due to the treachery of Warmaster Horus, who in the early 31st millennium triggered a cataclysmic interstellar civil war. Known as the greatest traitor in human history, Horus' rebellion led to the deaths of billions in his failed attempt to overthrow the Emperor. While the story of Horus is a tale vast enough to warrant its own series of videos, today our focus remains squarely on the Imperial Guard, particularly the sharpshooters and how the legacy of the heresy shapes their roles today. In response to these events, the Imperial Guard was reorganized into smaller, more manageable units known as Militarum regimentos. This restructuring was designed to prevent any single commander from wielding too much power, thus minimizing the risk of another large-scale rebellion. The ground forces were segregated from the Imperial Navy, which now solely handles space warfare and logistics, ensuring no overlap in command that could lead to coordinated treachery. The interdependence of these forces ensured that should a regiment betray the Emperor, their treachery would be contained to a single world, and a mutinous Navy fleet would lack the means to resupply or deploy ground troops. This new structure, combining the space-based Imperial Navy with planetary ground forces, forms the backbone of what is now known within the Imperium as the Astra Militarum or the Imperial Guard. The Imperial Guard serves various roles beyond combat. They act as a garrison, policing and rapid reaction forces as required by the Imperium of Man. Despite the lack of universal hierarchy within the Astra Militarum, each regiment is mandated to have at least one commissar to uphold discipline and morale, and to vigilantly watch for signs of corruption or heretical influence. While much could be elaborated about the Imperial Guard and their commissars, let's focus on the battle tactics and the development of sharpshooters within their ranks. Sharpshooters are not born, they are made through rigorous training and battlefield experience. Known for their deadly precision, these specialists start as regular troopers but are quickly distinguished by their exceptional marksmanship. Under the watchful eyes of their commissars, potential sharpshooters are groomed through specialized programs that enhance their skills to perform critical battlefield roles. The Astra Militarum, tasked with defending the Imperium of Man, heavily relies on disciplined volleys of lasgun fire, armored columns, and infantry charges. Yet, in the relentless pursuit of victory, no piece of equipment or personnel is spared. Commanders, inquisitors, and planetary governors regularly deploy legions of soldiers to perilous battles across a myriad of worlds, reflecting the profound dedication required to confront the ancient evils and terrors threatening the Imperium. Despite this prevalent heroism within the ranks, the grim reality of war in the 41st millennium is stark. Where the life of an Imperial Guardsman can be brutally short, it is all too common for many to barely advance or fire a few shots before meeting a violent death. In this unforgiving environment, sharpshooters are forged. They stand out not just for their skill, but for their crucial ability to sway seemingly hopeless battles with precise, impactful strikes. These incredibly brutal and horrifying battles mean that very few guardsmen survive their first deployment. Those who are skilled or lucky enough might find themselves thrust into another battle, potentially on an entirely different planet. The primary strategy of this formidable force is a relatively straightforward one, relying heavily on overwhelming the enemy with sheer numbers. This approach results in severe casualties, but it effectively subdues the enemy through the combined might of artillery, tanks, and specialized units. In the heart of these battles, some guardsmen may demonstrate exceptional skills with their lasguns, managing to eliminate multiple enemies in a single volley or achieving a critical hit on a vital target from a distance. Those who show such prowess and survive the ordeal are often selected for advanced training, setting them on the path to becoming sharpshooters. Not all sharpshooters are picked this way. Some sharpshooters are identified early on, displaying innate talent or exceptional skill even during basic training. What distinguishes a sharpshooter from a regular guard within the Astra Militarum? Sharpshooters are elite specialists, equipped with deadly skills that enables them to eliminate the enemies of the God Emperor from considerable distances. However, being a sharpshooter doesn't mean they are always out of harm's way engaging solely from distance. Even after being recognized for their exceptional marksmanship, sharpshooters continue to fulfill their regular combat duties. In addition, they take on the crucial role of handling single-shot weapons and targeting key adversaries whose elimination could decisively influence the battle's outcome. In combat, sharpshooters operate within their designated squads or platoons, adhering to the tactical doctrines of the regiment. Often, the presence of a sharpshooter is discreet, with no overt indicators to distinguish them from their comrades, especially when the role is informally designated. Occasionally, sharpshooters may wear a subtle badge or insignia, careful to avoid detection by enemy snipers. Typically, the primary indication of their expertise is the specialized weapon they carry, distinct yet not overly conspicuous. However, not every regiment employs sharpshooters in the same manner. Take for example the Katakan Jungle Fighters, a formidable regiment from the Imperial Guard known for their expertise in jungle warfare. This environment naturally lends itself to ambush tactics, making these fighters particularly adept at stealth and surprise attacks. Katakan regiments often select their snipers from among their most skilled marksmen, who are among the elite in the Imperial Guard. These snipers may occupy their chosen positions, carefully concealing in the dense foliage for hours or even days before engagement, ensuring they are perfectly placed to strike as the enemy approaches. This dedication to their craft sets Katakan snipers apart, often making them superior to the standard sharpshooters or snipers found in other Imperial Guard regiments. While the lasgun is the weapon of the Imperium, and thus commonly issued to most troops, it is not the exclusive choice for sharpshooters. Later in this video we'll explore why the lasgun is so prevalent. Although it may seem that sharpshooters favor the lasgun due to its frequent use, they are trained to master a variety of weaponry, reflecting their adaptability and tactical needs. Regardless of the chosen weapon, sharpshooters excel in pinpointing an enemy and delivering a lethal shot at the perfect moment. They embody the one-shot, one-kill philosophy, consistently proving their ability to eliminate a target with a single precise round, bolt, or blast, where rapid fire has failed. Often, it isn't the sheer volume of fire that subdues an enemy, but rather a singular, perfectly aimed shot exploiting a tiny vulnerability in armor, an opportunity that only a sharpshooter could identify and exploit. From a sharpshooter's perspective, the role might seem straightforward, yet it is one that can decisively alter the course of battle. In the diverse and challenging battlefields of the 41st millennium, where foes range from towering beasts to formidable war machines, the The precision of sharpshooters is indispensable. These adversaries often withstand traditional armaments like explosions, barrages of fire, and plasma shots, making the unique capabilities of sharpshooters crucial for the Imperium strategy. When confronted with a formidable foe that can only be subdued by the immediate intervention of a sharpshooter, the dynamics within a unit often shift dramatically. Ordinary line troopers transition into a support role, specifically designed to facilitate the sharpshooter's critical task. This adjustment is practiced rigorously. Units drill tirelessly to ensure that every member understands their role in providing the sharpshooter with the necessary time and clear shot to deliver a decisive, battle-winning blow. Sharpshooters play a vital support role across various types of regiments within the Imperial Guard. While some are equipped with specialized gear, others excel with the precision weapons already available in the regiment. Depending on the regiment's specialization, sharpshooters may fulfill different tactical roles. For regiments focused on close-quarters combat, skilled snipers might operate from the rear, providing crucial cover and eliminating threats that breach the front line. Conversely, in regiments emphasizing long-range bombardment, sharpshooters are often deployed at the forefront, preemptively neutralizing enemy forces to safeguard the artillery and mortars essential for victory. An Imperial Guard's sharpshooters' training and deployment forge a deep bond between them and their weapons, to the extent that these weapons become an extension of their very selves. With increasing familiarity, sharpshooters often make subtle adjustments to their gear, enhancing comfort and accuracy. While most officers overlook minor modifications, understanding their practical benefits, they draw the line at extensive alterations that could breach military standards. Such significant changes could provoke severe repercussions from command, as they potentially violate the established doctrine and operational consistency. Let's explore the weapons typically chosen by sharpshooters. Among the arsenal available to them, the triplex pattern lasgun, long las, ballistic sniper rifle, missile launcher, and crack missiles are popular choices. However, this video will particularly focus on the lasgun. Not only is this weapon standard issue for sharpshooters in Darktide, but it also provides fascinating insights into its application and perception within the Warhammer 40k universe. Understanding the lasgun's capabilities and its strategic role can enhance your gameplay in Darktide. By becoming familiar with its strengths, weaknesses, and tactical uses, you'll be equipped to make more informed decisions during missions, leading to a more strategic and rewarding gaming experience. Firstly, the lasgun is a favorite weapon among the Imperial Guard for several reasons. Given the extensive warfare across the galaxy, maintaining an army's arsenal is both costly and time-consuming. The lasgun, however, stands out due to its ease of manufacture and the simplicity of its ammunition. Its durability is particularly notable. A lasgun can reliably fire over 10,000 shots with minimal maintenance. It also features very few moving parts, significantly reducing the likelihood of malfunctions or jams. Although it's uncommon for a single lasgun to reach 10,000 shots during its service life, largely because few Imperial soldiers survive long enough to test this limit, its robustness and reliability makes it an indispensable weapon on the battlefield. The lasgun operates by firing a highly focused energy beam or laser, which is devastatingly effective, particularly against unarmored targets. Upon impact, the beam can vaporize flesh and cause mini explosions, making it especially potent in such situations. The laser's high speed contributes to the lasgun's exceptional accuracy, even at the outer limits of its range. The effective range of the lasgun is primarily influenced by the planet's atmosphere, which affects when the energy beam begins to cool and dissipate. This atmospheric effect is the primary limitation of the lasgun, as gravity and bullet drops are non-factors in its operation. The lasgun also features a full auto mode, which proves invaluable when facing swarms of unarmored enemies. Over time, sharpshooters often customize their weapons to better suit their unique combat style. The lasgun's design allows for considerable modifications, though not all are officially sanctioned. One common adaptation favored by sharpshooters is the long las, a sniper variant of the standard lasgun. It utilizes specialized hotshot packs, which contains only 10 to 20 shots but delivers significantly more energy and damage per shot. This enhancement allows for greater range and power, aligning perfectly with the sharpshooter's preference for precision and the one-shot, one-kill doctrine. Additionally, the long las is typically equipped with a high-powered scope, a rare accessory among regular troops but a critical tool for sharpshooters to achieve devastating effects. As sharpshooters, which weapon do you find most effective in Darktide? Which of these tactics have you applied in your gameplay? I'd love to hear about your experiences, so please share them in the comments below. Also, be sure to check out my other Darktide lore videos to deepen your knowledge and enhance your gameplay. Until next time, see you on the battlefield.